Hey, what's going on, everyone? So, last week we had One Man Army show that he is an ally to Aaron Andrews. One Man Army is like a babyface, classic babyface, where he and Doc Hammond of the Syndicate used to be a tag team, aka the New Wave, and they split. Doc Hammond is a heel in the Syndicate. One Man Army is a babyface, now allied with Aaron Andrews. Last week we also had Elliot Thomas show he's a man, going to the casino, going to a bar, having a bar brawl. Had a fun little story throughout the week there. We have the Syndicate is actively recruiting T-Bone Bright. Today's episode, we are going to debut our Hidden Gem signee, Gary the Entertainer for sure. And I'll explain once they debut. Should be pretty early in the episode why. Let me know what you think. But let's start off with pre-show action. We again have Cyclone and Yuri teaming up, this time versus Dean Daniels and Public Enemy number one. I decided to put this match in a pre-show to really get Dean Daniels teaming with Public Enemy, fighting against Yuri to kind of get our young guns experience with one of the best in-ring generals we have, and just really to push that a little bit further. Now, in our first actual part of the episode, so this is on TV, so to speak, we had a debutee, Fred Shore versus Matt Hawking. Now, we had Matt Hawking lose again. He has Dr. Love in his head. Danny Fonzarelli is in there. He's not actively like jumping on an apron. He's not throwing punches or anything. Just his presence is purely enough to throw Matt Hawking off his game. And this is really just to push a point that, Matt Hawking and Dr. Love and Freddie Huggins, it's creating a feud there. Now, the reason we went for Fred Sure is if you have figurehead potential, I have to, considering the rules, next year I don't know if I'll be able to sign somebody good. Or I don't know if I'll have somebody. Let's say, and also it's a 1 year deal. So let's say next year I can't re-sign anybody. I'm gonna get Fred Sure pretty over, not pretty high, but he's gonna be upper mid, he's gonna be mid card to upper mid card for sure by the end of the year. Let's say I can't sign him. Then that actively changes it in rotation. It made sense now, long term. Um, I don't know. We'll see how I like it. Gary the Entertainer, a lot of ideas. Blacklist exemption. He would be the first person I go in blacklist exemption that's not a former world champion at one of the big companies. But I mean, when you have the opportunity to get a figurehead, you got to do it. And I mean, debuting 45 rating with no background makes all the sense in the world. I just gave him a rapper gimmick that is his like in-game like kind of thing. He's a musician, so it's swagger where he has psychology boost and star quality, which is massive. Let's see, here's amazing babyface marketable. It just makes all the sense in the world. Following that, we had the Center Society, just the promo saying they will destroy those in their way. I just think of like a basic like Team Taz promo if you're an AEW fan, where you have Eddie Peak talking, you have Killer Shark, Nick Booth, Titan just in the background being scary, and just really get across that BMF attitude they have. We have Wolf Hawkins telling T-Bone to watch what the Syndicate is about tonight, as the Syndicate is recruiting T-Bone. This is the first time we have Wolf and T-Bone in an angle together. Produced a really good rating. And Doc Hammond, who is like the number two of the Syndicate, is there as well. We have a video of Aaron Andrews and Sammy Bach just going on like day shows and traveling throughout different countries, advertising TCW. Reason I did this is again I wanted to make sure I don't have our top stars on every show, and just to kind of show that this is what they're doing, um, as a way to end game give excuse to why they're not in there. Following that, we had Roderick Remus defeat the new man Elliot Thomas with a brainbuster superplex. Ouch. Now the reason for this is it goes right into an angle post match where Roderick Remus, easy for me to say, is continues his assault on Elliot Thomas. We have Ed Stone and Dazzling Dave Diamond try to make the save, but Joshua Taylor cuts him off. Maybe like they come out on the stage, Josh Taylor smacks him with a chair, and it's really just to get across that Joshua Taylor and Roderick Remus are going to be allies against, you know, Ed Stone, Dazzling Dave Diamond, Elliot Thomas. Maybe they should be Center Society from all the partying. But it's really just to get across the point of Joshua Taylor claim he's going to save those who need saved, and who needs saved more than, the guys who are actively drinking and gambling on the previous one. Um, don't really think I'm going to go extremely religious undertones with Joshua Taylor, but with the straight edge, it's kind of part of it. I don't think the punk rock straight edge that CM Punk was in like the 2007, 2008 will fit. We're not going straight up what's called straight edge society in 2009 CM Punk, just a little bit in between. We have Public Enemy number one, Troy Tornado and Jeremy Courtney backstage, where Troy's mocking Jeremy. Public Enemy comes up and confronts him, just again showing Public Enemy isn't scared of anybody. He has pretty good entertainment skills, so let's give that across. This isn't an active story, but it's just one of those things where organically it came up and it works. So down the line, we're going to see Tornado versus Public Enemy number one. We have Seth Whitehead defeating Texas Pete and just like a squash match. Now, the reason is for this is just get Seth Whitehead a win. Texas Pete does have a little bit decent popularity. Um, I would consider it if you're bringing in somebody from WCW or not WCW, like someone from like a low mid card WWE guy to face against one of your homegrown talent. I guess like Tony Nese is like signed with AEW now, and he's been ringside, so kind of like that, where you have like a Tony Nese losing to a Dante Martin, a young star. So it's really just get across Seth Whitehead, push him up the card. We have One Man Army teaming with Divine Fortune versus Syndicate, where the Syndicate defeats One Man Army and Divine Fortune, where Wolf Hawkins pins Daryl Divine. Now, if you look here, Wolf Hawkins is far above the best worker in the match. Um, the thing with this game is when we look at the end of the year 2020, I suspect not a lot of my talent is going to be in that top 20 because the computer protects their main eventers where like Wolf Hawkins will only fight against Aaron Andrews, Sammy Bach, Jake Cord. Only stars. I have major stars face recognizable talent or unknown talent quite frequently. I'm not worried because that's not important to me, but it is something I'm interested in to see how I'm going to book versus the CPU with the top 500. Maybe we can incorporate challenges based off that. We have Wolf Hawkins, Chris Flynn, Doc Hammond, again just continuing to assault one man army. Aaron Andrews isn't there to protect them, so it's again showing that we got to give the heels some sort of win here, so to speak. Post at that match, we have Mighty Mo defeating Titan with just a wild brawl. I was hoping to place it correctly. We have to have a wild brawl every show. It was poorly placed in wild brawl, needs a buzzing ready for action. Our previous angle was 78. I thought this would be perfect. Of I knew that'd be good help. But yeah, I mean, really, is what it is. 66 isn't bad. We have Matt Hawking losing his mind backstage, and Freddie Huggins trying to like calm him down. Then in our semi-main event, we have Greg Gage defeating Flying Jimmy Fox, making defense number 11 of the TCW television title. Greg Gage is about probably now 57 popularity, 74 match rating. Dude's amazing, so I can't wait to see push him up the card and what we do with him. We have Jay Cord just backstage or right before. It's like one of those things I would say before Mind Games in 1996 or 5, whatever. Shawn Michaels Mankind that match that's famous, everybody loves. Shawn Michaels gave a promo, then did his entrance, kind of like that. We've seen it a couple different times, but that's like free, like in my mind. So Jay Cord gives a promo. He's destined to be world champion. No one's going to get in his way, etc., etc. And he walks out to his music right away. And then in the main event, he defeats Human Arsenal with a cradle pile driver. Now, the reason Human Arsenal is I was thinking Benny Biggins, but Human Arsenal has already shown to have the ability to put on good ratings in the main event, so why not continue it? I kind of look at it like what Bobby Fish has been in AEW in the last quarter of 2021 for AEW, so kind of like that. And then overall, 78 rating, I think throughout we are showing to incorporate young talent while bringing the people who are, middle age or not middle age, but at the end, give them storylines to actively keep them going with Danny Fonzarelli and all that. A little bit longer episode, a little longer winded, I think for sure. Coming across is really a point of that. So let me know what you think. Um, throughout, I'm thinking right now maybe like do like a twist, like mid-year challenge where like drop all storylines, have to call up three new stars from developmental. I don't know. I'm trying to toy with that idea and see what we can do. Um, but let me know what you guys think, and I'll talk to you next time.